So what's the old saying? 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Well, in the case of our toilets and shower, it's 1 step forward, 3 steps back. Stick with me, guys, and you'll find out exactly why. Good morning, my lovely YouTube viewers. It is Wednesday morning, and we've got a cracking sunrise yet again. You'll probably see that behind me just shortly. So, where are we at? Well, this job lot of tiles I bought is causing an absolute headache. Trying to work out, obviously, floor tiles and wall tiles. Now, the floor tiles need to be non-slip. So, we are trying to work out how we're going to design a pattern here, because we do not have enough of any one tile to do any one area. However, we're getting there, I think. So I will spin you around and let you see what the tiler's been up to, stroke renderer, stroke bricky. They've been out for the past couple of days. This is the first video I've done. We've had visitors, and I never got out last night. Let's have a look and see what they've done. So we had enough of these light sort of beigey brown tiles to do a border. So this is getting bordered. There's still some of these left. They've got to go down here. This needs cut because the floor panel isn't actually square. And this is due to when they built the wall, because we didn't really plan to do this as a one-off. It was all going to get done together, so it didn't matter if these walls were square. They were really just a retainer for retaining the soil and stop it putting pressure on the back wall. Anyway, you won't notice all this once it's once the rest of the resort's built. We thought we had enough of these dark grey tiles or black tiles to do this whole area inside the border, and we didn't. So we only had enough to do the 3 rows, I think, with the exception of about another 4 or 5 spare tiles. So because we are putting a shower on the wall here and a shower on the wall here, we have decided to make a little 4x3 panel in light grey for the 2 shower areas, and the rest of it will be bordered in these black ones. So the black ones, there's a black one goes up the middle here to the wall, and then there's another row of black ones to go down the second end there. Down this row here is going to go down to the wall, and then this end area here is going to be these beige ones. It's basically going to be exactly the same as what's done at this end. It'll be mirrored at the other end. Now, we have enough of these, not allowing for breakages. We have 12 of these sort of floor tiles that have got this sort of pattern on it with the leaves and the sort of the brickwork. And they're going to go in the urinal area there. While I'm at the urinal area, you'll see it has all been rendered again. Now, they did this yesterday. They actually started doing the tiling on Monday. So they came back on the Tuesday, which was yesterday. And in the morning, they rendered all this. And once they'd rendered this, they moved back onto the tiling again. So inside the little toilet area is all rendered as well. So the top half's just going to get painted, and the bottom half from that horizontal beam down is going to get tiled. So that's where we are at the minute. So I will catch you later on. Cheers for now. Good morning, my lovely YouTube viewers and subscribers. Well, a week has gone past. The tiler finished yesterday and he did a fantastic job. Well, when I say a fantastic job, it looks good for what he had to work with. The large selection of tiles we had and the crazy patterns we've got in this place. So I will let you see where we're up to. We are just heading off now to buy some paint and electrical conduit and wiring, so we can put some lights in, and I want to put at least one socket somewhere just for charging phones and things. So I will spin you around and let you see where we're at and explain a few things. Okay, this is my new seating area. So the tiling, we had enough of these beigeish tiles to make like a sort of border, and we didn't have enough of these black ones to fully do the area, so we've blacked inside this border and put some grey ones in for where the two shower cubicles are going to go. Now, this is where it gets crazy. We only had 4 of these tiles and 1 each of these, and we wanted to use these somewhere, so we've just put them here. Now the floor in the urinal is the same as the floor where the toilet's going to go, and we have these diamond pattern tiles on 2 walls and these blue ones on the other 2 walls. This wall just behind here as well. I've got this phone on a gimbal, so it's sticking out too far for me to really go in and turn around. And the urinal, we only had enough of these green ones to do 2 walls. So this wall's white. Well, so yeah, it's a bit of a mismatch of tiles, but for about 60 quid's worth of tiles, I think we've done pretty well. So the sink is now going here, so we're going to have to run a pipe up at an angle. The other thing I've just done is I have washed this all down with a hose. And this area here made a big pool, and there's no drain here. So I'm going to have to get them to cut a couple of holes in the bottom of this wall to go through, so it just drains through the wall to the other side. Now there is holes in this top sort of beam of this bottom wall here. You'll see there's one there. They filled this up and I poked it out and pushed it through just to allow for drainage as well, because I thought this looked a little bit low, this area here. And I was right, it is. So this definitely needs a couple of holes cut, one in the corner here and one at this end, maybe even 3, just to allow this to drain away, because it just pools in this corner. And from this black tile across to these sort of grey ones here. So we need to get that draining away. For all he used spirit levels on every single tile that he laid, so it had a slight slope going in the way for the drains. He's kind of misjudged this a little bit, and this slopes down towards that toilet door. So yeah, a spirit level's not really ideal for this, because I watched him with the bubble and he was getting the bubble in the same place each time for the slope down. But he obviously screwed this up. Anyway, he's done a reasonable job of it. All the rendering's done. Now, somebody had suggested putting mosquito netting or something on the back of these holes in the bathroom wall or the toilet wall. Yeah, no point, because there's gaps all around the top of this. This doesn't go up to the ceiling. It's not sort of sealed and we're not putting a hanging ceiling in up here. We're just leaving it open. It's only an outside toilet at the end of the day, and this one here doesn't even have an enclosed space. We're going to put plant pots with trees around this area here, just to sort of give some privacy in here. Somebody had suggested like a chainmail curtain. The trouble is here in the rainy season, or when the air's damp, coupled with the fact that the stainless steel is not very good, it just rusts. It wouldn't last long. It would look terrible. A cord one, beaded cord one, well, when the wind comes howling through here, again, that wouldn't last 5 minutes. So we're just going to put some bushes sort of around it, and it'll sort of decorate this corner as well. So that's it for now, guys. I will bring you back when the guys have turned up to fit the toilets, the urinal, the sink, do the plumbing, and I start painting it. So we're heading off now to buy some stuff. So we'll catch you later, guys. Cheers for now. Good morning. And what a wonderful morning it is. Went shopping yesterday. What did I buy? Well, I'll let you see. It's all still in the car at the minute. I bought 17 metres of electrical conduit. Some cable. That's just 2 core, so I had to buy a separate earth. A tin of paint for painting the toilets, shower area. I bought some bum guns, some locks for doors, plumbing work for sinks, showers, plumbing work, glue, valves for the showers, lamps, fittings for all the electrical conduit, junction boxes, and in here somewhere there's just these little flush light fitting mountings that are probably about the same width as the steel beam on the roof, so they should fit. I'm just going to put one in the toilet and one in the middle of the shower area. What else did I buy? A drain for the sink. Some tape. Some connector block. A load of 90-degree bends for the electrical conduit. I also bought something that you never see them using here when they're using this glue for joining pipes. And I found them in my wee hardware shop. And it's little brushes. Yeah, little brushes for your glue for your plastic pipe work. It says to me, oh, you don't need to glue this together. I'm like, yeah, but it's going outside, it's external. Ah, okay. So when they're fitting all this internally, they don't glue it, they just pop it all together. There's no need for it all to be sealed. But when I'm running it outside, that conduit is going to run. I don't know if you can see that white junction box there, that the constant pressure pump is plugged into. I'm just going to run the white conduit out of there, down that wall, then up the post, the first post there into the ceiling, and then along, and then junction box it off at 3 places. one junction box for a light, one junction box for the switches, and another junction box which will be for the bathroom light. So you will also see that I undercoated this yesterday. I was out for about 6 hours undercoating this, and it's an anti-mold, anti-mildew type undercoat. So I started off painting this the Thai way by just trying to cut in the edges along the bottom, and it was taking forever, and I was basically having to lie down on my side and cut this in. And I forgot that I also bought masking tape when I was at the hardware store or the DIY store. So I spent 5 minutes masking everything up, and boy did it cut down on the painting time. No cutting in, just slap it on. So we will see how this looks. In fact, let's have a wee test now to see how it's going to look when I peel it off. Spot on that. Absolutely. Best move I've made. They don't do that in Thailand. They just don't put masking tape on. They don't spend the time masking things up. I think they're thinking they just start painting, things will go quicker, but nah. Massive difference masking it up. Massive difference. So, I'll catch you later on, guys. I am going to paint this today. I think I'm getting help from On to paint this at some point. It certainly won't be now because it's only 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm going to just crack on, start painting this. Because I want to get all the masking tape off around these areas. Especially this area here, because when they come to fit the sinks and everything, I want this all ready for them. I've got a mirror and everything to go up there. I've got showers, obviously. You've seen them, to go up here, one here, one here. And that electrical conduit's just going to run up into the corner, along that top corner, and then I'll just tee it off somewhere in the middle here and put one of the light fittings up there, carry a conduit along there, run a pipe, conduit pipe down the wall there. I'm just going to put, I've got a double light switch, so I'm just going to fit that on the outside of that toilet there, along with a double socket. So what I'm doing is I'm actually running 2.5mm cable. Everybody says, oh, just run 1.5mm cable, all the folk here. Well, that would have been fine if I was just putting lights in, but I'm going to put 2 sockets in as well. Not that they're going to be used for anything more than charging phones, but yeah, I'd rather just have the 2.5mm cable, especially for the sort of run we've got. And you never know, somebody might plug something into that socket that's drawing more current than the 1.5mm will cope with, or the 1mm will cope with. So that's it. I will catch you later on, guys, when this is painted. I can't even remember what colour of paint I got. I think we got a sort of like vinyl emulsion type thing. I don't know. We'll see when it goes on. Right, catch you in a bit, guys. Cheers for now. Here's this crazy dog again. He tries to bite your ankles, and he actually grabs onto your legs. He wraps his legs around you and grabs you so that you can't get away. Yeah. You nutter. What you smelling? almighty, I don't think I've ever had so much trouble getting into a damn paint tin in my life. First things first, old clothes on. Well, good morning. I was going to say it's Tuesday morning, but I thought I better just double check on my phone and see what day it is, and it's actually Wednesday. I'm losing it, I really am. So yesterday morning, Tuesday, which is the last part of the video you watched, I started painting the vinyl emulsion on the urinal area, the toilet, and round to the sink. Now I started quite early, it must have been about 6:30 in the morning I started. And I didn't expect anybody round, I didn't expect the builder round because I know they're still working in Nakhon. So I got the first coat on the urinal area, first coat on the toilet area, and the first coat on the area of the sink, and then I went round and I put a second coat on it all. And I just got finished, in fact I just almost got finished the second coat. And the builder turned up and he was on his own in his truck. Didn't look like he had anything with him, so I thought, well, he's just here because he's not seen it since it's been tiled. He's just here to check up, see how the guys that have done the tiling, the brickwork, and the rendering had done. However, he was here all day with his wife, and another guy turned up. So I'll let you see what he's actually done. So the first thing he did was, now I was going to run this on the inside of the wall, and he says, no, run it on the outside, you'll not see it. So he's ran this blue water pipe right down to the area where we need the water, and he has connected it after our pump with a valve, taking it through the wall. Incidentally, this all needs to come up again when we do the area out the back in concrete because this is sunk. You can probably see the line on the wall there, it's gone down about 2 inches, an inch and a half maybe at this end, which has thrown everything else off. Anyway, that'll all get fixed. So he ran this pipe down, and lo and behold, he got, now this all needs cleaned, the urinal fitted, the toilet fitted, the bum gum fitted, the sink fitted. Now, as you know, this sink was supposed to be here. The wall was supposed to be here. The wall's now there, the sink's now there. The drain pipe for the sink is over there. And he tried plumbing this in and he wasn't happy, he says, this looks terrible. So This hole here is getting turned into another drain, and he is putting this pipe straight out through the wall and connecting it up to this drain line that runs right down on the outside, which will look far, far better. This all needs cleaned up here. He's also putting holes in the bottom of the wall here to allow the water to drain away, but with this being a drain, that'll help as well. So he's got everything fitted, siliconed in. I need to give the place a good clean down. It's covered in dust. He's not actually finished, so I'm not going to do anything. Now, a couple of tips for people in Thailand who are building houses. And this is one that I had issues with in the house. Now, Thai toilets are not like European toilets. European toilets have a U-bend system in the toilet, and then the waste disposal pipe comes out horizontally at the back, and you have a rubber sort of flexible joining piece that connects your toilet to your waste sort of disposal sewage line. In Thailand, they don't work like that. The toilet sort of disposal has the usual U-bend in it, but then the pipe comes down vertically. And all they do is they line that up with the hole, the pipe that's in the floor, and then they concrete the whole base in. Now in the house we had issues with this, with the toilet smelling. And they've had to come back 2 or 3 times, remove the toilet, clean the area around up the bottom and re-concrete it all in. Now I says to the guy yesterday when he was here doing this, and I tried to explain, and he knew exactly what I was talking about with the way I explained it. And there's no rubber sort of connection seal between the toilet pipe and the waste pipe. And he says, oh, Thailand, we don't use that. This is how it's done here. The toilet's concreted in. You line the 2 holes up and then you concrete the base in. So it's basically sealed. Well, that's fine if it's sealed, but if it's not sealed, you get smells coming back. Completely defeats the purpose of having a U-bend, because a U-bend's there for 2 reasons. That's to keep a level in your toilet and also to prevent smells coming back in. And if you've got a hole or gaps after that U-bend, then the smells are just going to come out of there. And this is what happened in the house. Now, he knew exactly what I was talking about because he went on his phone and he showed me a picture. He says, you don't get these in Thailand, they don't use them. And he went on his phone, showed me the picture. And the pictures were for links of these in stores with Thai prices, so they do have them. So I would suggest that you source these and you get your toilets fitted so that the toilet is connected to your sewage pipe with a rubber flexible seal. Now it's just a seal that pushes inside the waste disposal pipe, and it's got a bigger hole in the top, and your toilet waste pipe just slips over the top of it. You will have to make sure that you've got toilets that allow for that to be fitted though. That's the only problem. Anyway, tip number 1, if you want to stop your toilets in your house or your bathrooms getting smelly. The second thing that I cannot get my head around is these drain pipes on all the stores that I was in. They're all the same. The U-bend for the sinks. Now these pipes do not marry up with any of the Thai blue plumbing pipework, which is just absolutely ludicrous. They don't come with joining adapters, with rubber O-rings or anything to be able to put that inside a blue pipe and then tighten it up. It just pushes in, and you've got like a loose fitting, so the water can run back out. Anyway, it's going to be outside now, so we'll see what happens. So another tip is for you, if you're going to buy one of these, if you're getting your builder to buy these U-bends, make sure you get them to buy them with adapters for connecting up to these blue pipes. They're completely different sizes and they just don't join together. And they don't come with a joining kit in the U-bend kit. The disposal for the toilet is exactly the same. It's the same size. Now it's a stainless steel fitting and a stainless steel pipe. Now that goes out through the wall and it's going to connect up to the septic tank. Again, there's no kit, there's no way of joining it to the blue tie pipe. So I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they can source a kit, or if I need to go out and source a kit. If I need to do that, I will. I don't want these pipes just pushed into a pipe with no seal. It's just not on. So that should alleviate this sort of flooding problem we get in the corner here, especially having the holes in the wall. I don't know if you can see that. He's bored quite a big hole. So that needs all cleaned out. I need to wash this area down. There's dust everywhere. And I need to get this area painted. Now there's taps which are already in for the showers. I didn't want to put the showers up, to be perfectly honest. I really didn't even want the taps until I painted the wall, but these little stainless steel rings pull back. So I was like, that's fine, I'll just put, well, hang on, there we go. So these little stainless steel rings pull back. And I thought, that's fine, I'll pull them back, I can paint around it, so just fit the taps. Well, he's gone and bloody siliconed them to the wall, innit? So I can't get, I can't pull them back to paint. So I should have just painted this whole wall before he fitted these. So there's the two taps, there's the pipe work. Now it's fitted after our pump, which gives us good pressure out here. So things are coming on. I really didn't expect any of this to get done yesterday. It put a sudden halt to my painting. And the place was like a bomb site when he was working. He had about 4 drills here, there was cables. How he worked in it, I do not know. I should have videoed it. There was tool, I've got a big bit of cardboard here for him to work on, because he had grinders, he had drills, he had hammer drills, he had hammer chisels. He had all the boxes of the stuff I'd bought with everything out lying about the floor, with all the fittings taken to bits, and bits like he spent most of the day looking for fittings, for bits of all the fittings. Rather than keeping them all together, they were just sprawled everywhere. Anyway, it's done now. He's not coming today because he is having to take his father-in-law to the hospital today. So he's not coming today, but he's coming tomorrow. And I would think that they'll get finished off tomorrow. Now another guy turned up in the afternoon. I'm not going to show you just now because that gate's locked and I've not got the key. But he's concreted all the pipes, sealed them all into the wall from the other side. And it all looks pretty reasonable. Yes, it's all blue pipe work. And it's an eyesore. But it's not an eyesore from inside, thankfully. So yeah, that's where we're up to today. So I would really, really take note of that toilet situation with the waste disposal if you don't want your bathrooms to smell. And the other thing is with your plumbing waste pipes for your sinks, etc. Try and source sort of U-bends that have fittings for attaching to the Thai blue pipe, because why they're not the same size, I just don't know. It's just, or why they don't even come with an adapter to fit it. It's just crazy. But anyway, it is what it is. They're fitted. Well, they're not actually fitted. They're fitted, but they're not connected up to the blue pipe yet. So we'll see how that turns out tomorrow, probably. So yeah, everything's in, concreted in, siliconed. Yeah, obviously he's coming back tomorrow. He's going to have to fit the door as well. So that's where we're up to now, guys. So I am going to crack on. I'm going to get this place cleaned down a bit, get the dust brushed off the walls. And I'm going to get this other area painted so that I can get the showers up. Well, that's what I was going to say, yeah. He wanted to put the showers up. I says, no, don't put them up. I'll put the fittings up for the showers once I've painted the wall. Because if I have the same issue with the taps, then I'm not going to be able to paint round them. So I will catch you in a bit, guys. Cheers for now. Painting done. A little clear up. Ready for him making mess again tomorrow when he starts putting holes in the wall again. But for the time being, It is painted. And looking good. So I've got these walls painted now so I can get the showers fitted and start getting my electrical conduit and wiring in and the lights fitted. So I will see you when I start doing that, guys. Catch you later. Good afternoon, my YouTube viewers. So, Thursday, Thursday. We're nearly finished. They ran into a wee issue when they were fitting the door, and when they were building the walls, they've pushed the door frame in a little bit. So the door doesn't fit in the door frame, so he's away sourcing a door that will fit in. He's buying the door because he screwed our door up trying to get it fitted. Anyway, that's getting done shortly. The only other thing that's got to get done, I'll turn you around, is the sink there is to get connected on the outside and ran into the waste disposal pipe. Now you'll see he's cut this pipe away here, fitted another drain, so we've got 3 drains now. And he's put a weep hole in the wall there as well, because that's where it kind of pools. Now I thought I better get my arse in gear, so I've started fitting the conduit. Now this has got to go all the way up to that pump up there, just behind that water tank. I don't think I've got enough. I think I've only got about two lengths left, so I need to go and get another couple of lengths. So I've got that fitted. It's all got to get connected up yet because there's no cable in it yet. So I've got a junction box here so I can run a cable along to here for a light. There's another modified junction box here. You don't normally have a fitting coming out the front of these, but because of where the junction box sits, I can't use the top or the bottom holes. So I bought one of these big cone drills and drilled a hole in the front cover and just ran it out the front, down, along the wall, down, and I fitted the light switches, one for out here, one for in the toilet. Now I've still got to run conduit from that junction box up there along. I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put the light up on the wall there in the middle. Doesn't have to be above head, so the kind of fitting I've got, it'll just fit straight on the wall, and that means I'll only have to run a little U-bend out of there, a little bit of conduit along the top, and then drop the cable into the light fitting. So it's going to get done the Thai way with 2.5mm twin and a separate earth run all the way along. I've got connector block to fit in there, so I'll split it there and I will run it all the way along and down to this socket, and then what I'll do is I'll just tap 2.5mm off from that socket up to the light switches and run the 2.5mm, one single one there for the switching wire, along back to this junction box and across to here with the neutral, and then I'll do basically the same with the light inside. So if you take a look at the state of me, I have been working all morning and I am dripping wet. I have never sweated so much in my life doing a job. Technically we could switch the water on and use the toilet because that's plumbed in. That toilet there, oh hang on. Yeah, the toilet's all plumbed in, the drain's all plumbed in, this toilet's all plumbed in, the drain's all plumbed in. The showers, which I fitted last night, are all plumbed in. The bum gun's all plumbed in. The only thing we can't use is the sink because the sink drain is not connected on the outside to the soak away pipe yet. So they will be back when they've sourced a door, I believe. And at the same time they're going to connect that drain up. They've got all the fittings, they've started doing it outside, so they've just got a couple of joints to put in. So I will catch you in a bit, guys. Thank you so much for watching up to now. Please remember, hit that subscribe button if you've not done so already, and I will catch you later, guys. Cheers for now. It's Saturday the 16th, and we've got 3 days to get this finished. It is going to be finished. However, as you'll have seen at the start of the video, it was 1 step forward, 3 steps back. They came a couple of days ago to fit the door and finish everything off. And lo and behold, the door didn't bloody fit in the frame, did it? When they fitted the frame, I don't know how they've done it, they must have knocked it, but it was 1 centimetre off at the bottom, so it was 1 centimetre in at the bottom, so the door didn't fit in the frame. Honestly, man, you could not write it. So I says to him, look, I don't want to take this door out. It's just going to cause an absolute horrendous mess, because they're going to have to, because the concrete went into the door frame, they were going to have to basically cut it out, cut the concrete and everything out. He didn't want to put a sliding door in because he says it won't look good. And I says, what look better than cutting this door frame out, fitting a new door frame and making another 2 or 3 days worth of mess. So, like every other time, they don't listen to me, and he got the renderer bricky guy that fitted the door originally when they built the toilet to come out and cut the old door frame out. He went away, bought a new door, because he tried to cut the door down, the original door, to fit the door frame. A plastic door, didn't work. So he had to go away and buy a new door frame and a new door. They were out yesterday. I didn't come anywhere near the place. I was absolutely fuming yet again. And I was even more angry this morning when I came out, because the place was like a fucking bomb site. It really, after me painting it and everything, I needed it painted, because I knew that he had been given a deadline of the 19th to get it finished. That didn't include painting it and putting any electricity in. Light switches, power points, conduit, junction boxes, lights, etc, etc. So I had to get it painted so that I could start installing all this stuff myself. I'll spin you around and let you see where we're at. So on the plus side, I have now ran the conduit up the wall there. Now all the external conduit is glued, so it's waterproof. The internal stuff is not, and that's so that if we need to get into it, I can. So we have light switches here. So we have light in the toilet. You'll see the doors sitting here waiting to go on. We have light on the outside, and we have 2 working power points. Now this place was just, I mean, he had basically cut this whole frame out. So they've had to re-render the edges. Now when they cut this out, you can imagine the dust and the mess this place was in. And I've just spent the whole morning sweeping up, trying to clean somewhat, so that I can paint, because I need to get this painted again before they fit the door. Especially on the inside, because I need to get down this edge done, and when the door's fitted I won't get this edge. Anyway guys, I'm going to crack on and get this masked off again and painted. I'm just waiting on the floor drying. Now this pool's here, so I've just hosed the place down, and it does pool here. This hole in the wall here does help it drain away. The extra drain here helps as well. Now this sink looks a heck of a lot better than having a blue pipe running diagonally down here to where this drain was for it. But again, if they'd listened to me, the sink would have been here, the wall would have been here, we would have had a shower inside, and everything would have been dandy. But no. Anyway, we're nearly finished. Up to now, they have done a pretty good job as far as outside toilets and shower areas go. They did a good job, I suppose. The building itself's okay. The electrical work, well, what can I say about that? That is just absolutely fantastic. Did that myself. No point being an electrician and not doing anything yourself. Although how they work in this weather is beyond me, because I had to send on up to the pharmacy to buy me some Royal D and some sports powders, because by the end of the day, 2 days ago when I fitted all this conduit in the junction boxes, my muscles were just cramping up. My hand was just clamping, and I had to physically open my fingers with my other hand because the cramp was unbelievable. Anyway, these sports powders put minerals and electrolytes back into your body, and within about 10 minutes after drinking one, everything was fine. I was okay again. And she bought me half a dozen. I've had a couple of them today as well because I've been out working pretty much all day. So yeah, electrical conduit is run up this wall. This is, like I say, all the joints in this are sealed. Now this looks bad just now. I had to put a big U-bend in it here to get round this pipe. Just anyway, it comes along and it goes into this junction box here, and it is just, I took this socket off, wired it into the back of this socket. This socket has its own breaker that goes up, goes inside, and it's tapped off the one for the washing machine. Now I think that's a 32 amp breaker I've got in there because I wanted to put an electric oven in there. So it has its own breaker, its own 32 amp breaker. There's only the one socket there that the washing machine plugs into. This pump's plugged into it, and then obviously I've ran it out to here just for a couple of lights and a couple of sockets. That's where we are at the minute. I'm going to get this painted and I will catch you when we're actually finished. Whenever that is, I have no idea. If I hadn't painted this and put the conduit and the electrical lines and all the fittings and everything in, I would be doing this on the 19th to try and get this ready for the 20th. And it's taken me about 2 days to do it all. So it wouldn't have been ready. Anyway, it is now. So I just need to do some paint and touch up. He's bought the paint to cover this because obviously they had to rip this door out again, which means we had to, I used every last single drop of paint that was in that tin to do this. So I had nothing left. So he says, buy another tin, I'll deduct it for the price of the labour and everything. So we know what the labour quote was, so I'm just going to knock off the 500 baht for the tin of paint. So I will see you very shortly, guys, when this is all painted and the sink's connected, the drain for the sink's connected, the door's in, and that's us finished. Yeah, so me and Oren are going to come out, give the place a good scrub down on the 19th. The floors need scrubbed. And that's about it. So I will catch you shortly. Cheers for now, guys. Same old sweaty clothes. They were supposed to be coming round at 3 o'clock today to finish this off. So I came out this morning and repainted all around the new door that's been fitted, or the new door frame. And as per usual, this was about 7 o'clock in the morning I started this. They turned up to fit the door, to plumb in the sink on the outside. I'll spin you around and let you see. But we are 99% finished. However, that 1% will probably never happen. So we have running water, the showers work. I've actually been out this morning, used the showers to shower all this down, give the floor a bit of a scrub. It'll take a few cleans to get it up to scratch, but it's looking good. Yes, we have water. Still pools in this area. So, sink. Toilet. Bum gun. All repainted. round the door. They had to wait on me finishing before they could come and do anything. Blue marks on the door still where they've marked it, but all painted again. And back to how it was about a week ago. Urinal's in, we've cleaned everything up. All looking good. So, the 17th, we wanted it finished by the 19th. I'm glad I came in and painted it and installed all the electrical sockets, light switches, lights, conduit, junction boxes, and connected it up, because if I hadn't, for the next 2 days I would have been absolutely knocking my pan in to get this ready. However, I can relax for 2 days now. This is our, we only had one of each of these tiles, and I thought we want to use them because they're actually quite nice tiles. So we just put them here, and lo and behold, did he no drop his grinder onto this one. It had to be one that we only had one of, eh? Just leave this door open, I think. So happy with that. Showers work, good pressure because they're after the pump. So we can officially say that we've started the resort, because these are actually for the resort. Just rushed on a little bit for this wedding on the 20th. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all the existing subscribers, all the new subscribers that have subscribed recently. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the thumbs up, comments. So I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.